I just spent 3 weeks at the laundromat because my GE profile all-in-one was broken. Find out what was wrong and how it was fixed next. It is Brian from BTECH, and I've got another video on the GE profile all-in-one. This machine is a washer and dryer combination. You put in dirty clothes and you bring out nice clean clothes. Caveat, when it works. I just spent 3 weeks at the laundromat, which was really difficult because I have a family of 5 with 3 teenage kids who don't do their laundry, even though it is super simple with the GE profile all-in-one. Always seems that every time they actually do their laundry, it breaks. Anyway, I had the repair technician come out, and this is everything that they replaced, my friends. Everything that they replaced. And a PSA, this video is not sponsored by Plink. This is pretty good. You throw these in here, and then you put on the self-clean cycle, and it doesn't smell like dog anymore. Anyway, they did not sponsor this video. Nobody sponsors this video. I do these videos to help you out so that you don't have to struggle as much as me. Okay, so this was the first piece that they replaced. The issue was a fault 18, which is with the pump, the drain pump. The machine just definitely would not work. It would start to do like a wash, and then it would quit and give a red error about fault 18. So this one is like, these are relays, which are little switches that turn on and off different components here. Take a look at it. This particular item, if you look over here and you were to take all of this stuff off, which I will not, it is actually located right here in the back corner. That's where that is. Okay, and they also, at the same time, in the same sort of location, they replaced this, which is a pressure sensor. This particular part right here is, there you go, you can see it now. This just identifies and sends an electrical output with a frequency depending on how full the machine is with water. Okay, so it takes a pressure, outputs a signal. The control box here understands what that signal is, and that's how it knows when to stop and when to start. These were a bunch of extra screws that were found in some plates, which were mounting plates. Okay, these are the mounting plates. They are on the back of the unit. These are for transport. They are not required. So if you look at the back of your machine and you see these, you can take out the 150,000 screws there, and then you can recycle these because you don't need them. Okay, this right here is the drain pump itself. You might recognize this. I hope you would, because this is the guy that is right there underneath, and that is the filter that you remove frequently. You should remove it frequently and clean it out. Recommendation is once a week, because it's possible that contaminants, probably mostly lint, I got lint all over the place, can kind of get in through the works and jam it up. Okay, so they did replace that as well. The first two was the control board and the sensor. That did not work. Next they came out and they did this pump. And then also in the back here is, they call it a bladder. Looks sort of like a swim noodle. It is a rubber, very thin hose here. And it's got this this adapter that kind of goes through here and into a very small hole at the end. And in some way and form, it does connect to the pressure sensor to determine how much pressure is in there. Okay, so I would like to hear your thoughts. Out of all these things, including the pressure sensor, which dropped down behind here. Okay. So control board, pressure sensor, pump, and this is a bladder. It's called a bladder. I thought it would be probably like a bag, but it isn't. Okay, out of all these things, what do you believe, because GE support engineers thought it was absolutely every one of these things, which one do you think fixed the problem? Was it the control board? Was it the pressure sensor? Was it the extra 507,000 screws? Was it the pump and filter component? Or was it the bladder? I'll give you a minute. Okay. They replaced this first. Didn't work. Second time they come out, they replaced this, and it was the bladder. Yep, it was this part right here, which is about $20. This part, all this stuff is hundreds of dollars. But this was like the $20 part here. And basically, you can see that it's kind of got scum that's built up inside here. And it really messed with the pressure sensor. So it wouldn't think that it was completely empty when it was. So this is what caused me to have to bear the laundromat. My laundromat days are over. So again, with about 500,000 pounds of laundry from teenagers, it wasn't an exciting proposition. So this is it. This component is found in the very rear of the machine, sort of like there in the back, and it's critical. So if you get a fault 18 and you check this and there's nothing in there, and you hear the pump when it tries to start, and when the water is drained out, you actually see it draining out, like from that hose, that blue hose there. If you see that, I would bet anything that it's this $20 piece here, this bladder. So, it's this guy right here isn't really that hard to replace yourself. So if this thing's out of warranty and you don't want to pay, at least give it a try, I'd say, would be my best guess. This is what it looks like. We didn't actually even have to replace the hose itself. The hose was perfectly clean. It was literally just this part. So if you're having the same issue, you're out of warranty, and you don't want to pay for the technician to come out, which was like $199 plus installation labor, just want to buy this, find this from the GE site, and then go ahead and buy it. You do have to take off to get this. You take basically these drawers out. There's some screws in there. You take the filter out. You remove this front panel. It comes off. There's a couple of connectors in there. And then from here you can remove the bolts, slide this panel off, and then if you turn that around, you might actually have to take the back cover off. You'll see this. And the chances are, if you're looking at that and you see that it's got like black up here and it seems to be like loaded up with gunk, then there you go. Just take this off. There is a little clamp here, which you can use some pliers to kind of squeeze that, and then you kind of push that in there and then tighten it on with that. That's it, my friends. That is it. So for me, they replaced all this stuff, and technically, because they replaced this and it wasn't the problem, I don't have to pay for this. So yes, I had the technician come out, and I do have to pay the service call and the labor, but I don't have to pay for this stuff, and they replaced it because that's the way it works. So if they try to charge you for the stuff and it wasn't what was required to fix it, you don't have to pay for it. So literally, I only had to pay the $20-something for that and the service call. But again, you want to save some money? You've got the fault 18 because of the pump, and you're seeing everything that I said. Here we go, one more time. Clear in here. This is the filter. There's nothing jammed up in there. You're hearing the pump turn on. You're seeing the water come out of the tube, but it's just giving you the fault. Open that up. Order it. Replace it. Try it again. I bet you anything it's going to work. One more thing before I let you go. Make sure, if you're sort of the DIY guy or gal like I am, and you want to know, check out my video on the hidden technician testing menu that's built into the GE profile. Until then, I hope this was helpful. If this helped you, please leave me a comment below, like and subscribe. Thanks. Have a good one. Bye for now.